My name is Dr. Elizabeth Baldwin, and I'm in the School of Government and Public Policy at the University of Arizona. I teach courses in environmental policy and public management at the undergraduate and master's and PhD student level. I also engage in research, and I study environmental policy broadly. I'm really fascinated by questions about how government and non-governmental actors work together to solve environmental problems. I just received a $1.6 million grant from the National Science Foundation to study the governance of invasive species here in southern Arizona. And we have a problem with a species called bufflegrass. It's a grass that was imported from Africa to this region in the 1950s for erosion control. And it turns out that it has really devastating ecological consequences because bufflegrass is fire adapted, and our native Sonoran Desert landscape is not fire adapted. People don't realize that the Sonoran Desert landscape here is one of the most biodiverse landscapes in North America, and we're dominated by the charismatic saguaro cactus, which is beloved in our community. Well, when you have bufflegrass, bufflegrass can catch fire. And if the bufflegrass burns, it will burn down the native saguaro and mesquite and other Sonoran Desert plants, and those plants won't grow back, but the bufflegrass will. And so ecologists in the region have been looking at this and realizing if we don't do something about this problem, we'll transition permanently from Sonoran Desert landscape to a bufflegrass landscape. This is one of a number of environmental problems that I've encountered recently where you have ecologists saying, we see a problem coming. It's a problem that's inevitable if we don't address it. We also know the technical tools to address it. We know how to control bufflegrass, we know how to spray for bufflegrass, we know how to pull it, we know when in the growing season to pull it. We understand how to deal with it, but it becomes a governance problem because not all of the landowners who have responsibility or ability to deal with this invasive grass are using these technological solutions. So it's not a technical problem, but it's a governance problem. So I received a grant to work with colleagues from the natural sciences and also from SGPP. Adam Henry is a co-PI on this grant to do some predictive modeling and to try to predict what are different policy and management changes that might get different types of landowners to engage in this behavior that we think would have enormous ecological and economic benefits for our region.
My name is Adam Douglas Henry. I've been in the School of Government and Public Policy in the College of SBS for 7 years. My responsibilities are divided between research and teaching and service, both to the department, the university, as well as the community. Promoting sustainable futures is one of the central challenges facing humanity. We have a great need to understand how to both enhance human well-being, the livelihood, the affluence, the opportunities that humans have to pursue their lives, as well as protecting ecological systems at the same time. This is a difficult challenge, and it's often portrayed as a trade-off between environment or economy. But that trade-off sometimes, if we are able to innovate in the right way, if we're able to solve problems and use information in the right kind of way, we can do both at the same time. So my central research interest is how people and organizations work together in order to pursue sustainability, how they understand environmental issues and how they understand strategies that help us to both protect the environment as well as enhance the well-being of human populations. In research on sustainability and environmental issues, we often come back to a central puzzle, which is our technological capacity to solve problems, and our scientific understanding of problems is way ahead of what we actually do to pursue sustainable development. And my research is all about understanding why this gap exists and what we can do in a practical sense to close this gap between knowledge and action. Social networks is the primary lens that I use to understand issues that I care about. But this is really because Networks to me are a perspective, they're a method, they're a set of theoretical perspectives that help us to understand issues and how to appropriately manage issues. I have a number of research projects that I am currently working on. One of the largest chunks of time that I spend in my current research is on urban water sustainability. This is funded through two separate NSF projects, one a coupled natural human systems research grant and another sustainability research network known as UWIN, Urban Water Innovations Network, which is a large multi-institutional project focused on understanding pathways to urban water sustainability. Meaningful work is work that contributes to not only the understanding of problems that we care about in the social world, in the public world, the environmental world, but also work that contributes to the improvement of those issues. We're not going to solve all of the world's problems, but through our research and through our work, we should be in a better position to manage them effectively in ways that enhance livelihoods and protect ecological systems. To me, that's meaningful work.